Monday morning, 10 a.m. The whole team is in the room. This is the Atlas Project Kickoff, a customer portal migration to a new cloud platform. 6-month timeline. Cross-functional team. Executive sponsor watching closely. 15 minutes in, the engineer asks what they are actually building. Then the data lead asks who owns the migration. Nobody has a clean answer. By the end of the hour, the team has a shared calendar invite and nothing else. No clarity on scope, no agreement on milestones. 3 weeks later, 2 work streams are building different things. The kickoff did not fail because the meeting was bad. It failed because the meeting was the only thing that happened. Most project managers plan the kickoff as if it is one event. It is not, and that is what we are going to fix today. Here is the reframe. A kickoff is not a meeting. It is 3 phases. Phase 1 happens 1 to 2 weeks before the meeting, where you align the people who matter most before anyone opens a slide deck. Phase 2 is the meeting itself, 1 hour, structured, intentional. Phase 3 is the 48 hours after. The follow-through that turns a conversation into commitments. Most project managers only plan the middle one. They build a deck, book a room, and hope alignment happens in real time. It rarely does. The meeting only works if all 3 phases work. So let us walk through each one using a real project as the example. Before the alignment brief exists, there is a conversation. 20 minutes with the sponsor. No slides, no agenda. Just 5 questions. First, what does done look like to you? Not the project plan version, the version in the sponsor's head. For Atlas, the VP said, live, stable, and no customer complaints in the first 2 weeks. Second, what is the one thing that would make you pull the plug? For Atlas, if the data migration risks customer records, we stop. Everything else is negotiable. Third, who needs to leave the kickoff aligned, or you have a problem? The VP named 2 people, the infrastructure lead and the product director. Fourth, what has the team not been told yet? Budget was approved for 3 work streams, but performance testing is unfunded. The team will ask about it. Fifth, what are you most worried about that is not on the risk list? The team has never done a migration this size. Capability, not just capacity. These 5 questions take 20 minutes. They shape the brief, the agenda, and what you say in the room. Phase 1. Before the kickoff, you produce a 1-page alignment brief. Not the charter, not the full plan. 1 page, 3-minute read. For Atlas, it starts with the sponsor and the problem. The current portal cannot handle projected throughput, and revenue is on the line. Success criteria come next, and they need to be measurable. New platform live by September. Under 5 seconds page load. 0 data loss. Then the work streams. 3 for Atlas, back-end migration, front-end redesign, data migration, each with a lead. Known risks go here too. 3 to 5 big ones, not 20. Legacy APIs, data mapping, change management across 200 end users. The last line matters most. One decision the sponsor must make before the kickoff, new auth layer or integrate existing SSO. That shapes everything else. This brief is not a deliverable for the team. It is a tool for you and the sponsor. It forces alignment before anyone walks into a room. Phase 2, the meeting, 60 minutes, 6 sections. Every section has a purpose and a time limit. First 5 minutes, why we are here. The sponsor opens, not you. When the VP says customers are leaving, that lands differently than a PM slide. Minutes 5 to 15. What success looks like. Walk through the alignment brief. The team sees the same definition you and the sponsor already agreed on. Minutes 15 to 30. How we get there. 3 work streams, milestones, dependencies. For Atlas, front end waits on stable back-end APIs. That has to be visible in the room. Minutes 30 to 40. What could go wrong? 3 big risks, each with a named owner. The data migration risk? Engineering lead owns it. Said out loud. Minutes 40 to 50. How we work together. sprint cadence, stand-ups, escalation path, channels. Working agreements that prevent half the friction in month 2. The last 10 minutes are the most important, and most PMs skip them entirely. There are 3 things that separate a kickoff that works from one that wastes an hour. First, the sponsor opens, not you. When the VP explains why this matters, the room listens differently. Authority sets the tone. The PM facilitates. Second, risks are debated, not just listed. A risk nobody reacts to is a risk nobody owns. When the migration risk came up, the engineering lead pushed back. That debate is the point. Third, the last 10 minutes produce named commitments. Not any questions. That is how kickoffs die quietly. Ask each workstream lead what they need from another team before Sprint 1 ends. That question surfaced 2 undocumented data dependencies. The data lead needed schema sign-off from analytics before backend could ship, and sample datasets nobody had committed to deliver. Nobody had written it down. These 3 moments are not agenda items. They are facilitation choices. They determine whether your kickoff produces alignment or theater. Phase 3, the 48 hours after the kickoff. This is where most of the value either locks in or evaporates. Within 24 hours, the team gets 1 email. Not a 20-page document, 1 structured email that captures what was decided, what needs to happen, and what comes next. For Atlas, the follow-up confirmed 2 decisions: integrate the existing SSO and run 2-week sprints starting March 17th. Both were discussed in the room. Now they are written down. The action item section is specific, not continue back-end work. Cloud environment security approval, owned by the security lead, due March 14th. 3 items: named owners, dates. The next milestone is 1 line. Sprint 1 review, March 28th. All 3 work streams present initial progress. The escalation path is the last section. Any blocker affecting another work stream goes to the PM within 24 hours. That 1 sentence prevents 3 weeks of silent drift. This email was sent before lunch the next day. Not Thursday, not the following Monday. The speed matters because it signals momentum and follow-through. Now that you know the framework, here is where AI accelerates the mechanical parts. The tool does not matter. Pick whichever you have access to. Before the kickoff, paste your sponsor conversation notes into your AI tool of choice. Ask for a 1-page alignment brief. Solid first draft in under 2 minutes. Kickoff day. Feed that brief back into the same tool. Ask for a 6-section presentation matching the agenda. Not perfect, but a framework to edit, not a blank deck. After the kickoff, paste your meeting notes in. Ask for decisions, action items with owners, milestones, and escalation path. 90 seconds to draft. Same pattern across all 3 phases. You bring the judgment, sponsor conversation, facilitation choices, observations in the room. AI handles formatting and first drafts. The framework stays. Prep time shrinks. A full day of document work becomes an hour of focused thinking plus 15 minutes of AI drafting. The kickoff did not change. How we prepare has not caught up. The meeting is 1 hour. Preparation and follow-through make that hour matter. A good kickoff is not a good meeting. It is a good week. The days before, the hour in the room, and the 48 hours after. AI drafts the brief, the deck, the follow-up email, but it cannot have the sponsor conversation, cannot read the room, cannot decide which risks to escalate. This week, try one thing. Pick your next kickoff. Write down the 5 sponsor questions. Have that conversation before you build the deck. Subscribe. Every week, 1 practical video that moves you forward. Next time, how to write a stakeholder update email, the one your steering committee actually reads. Practical AI, 1 workflow at a time.